Ain't no how stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all to everybody that's been rocking with us tonight. We appreciate the love. We see the folks checking in, listening to us live right from the website, the new update, so you can listen to Legacy Internet Radio directly from your computer on the website, as well as on TuneIn, on Streamer. Of course, the replays you can catch on YouTube and iTunes. Y'all rock with us. We roll with y'all. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial to be a part of the discussion. And here's where the conversation is going. I was having a conversation earlier with someone that I love, and we were talking about the phrase, I love you. And we were talking about how some folks have issues saying I love you. And we were talking about why some folks have issues saying I love you. We talked about how you have certain relationships where it may be easy and certain relationships where it may be difficult. You have some folks who ain't saying it to nobody. You got some folks that's saying it to everybody. And so I wanted to talk about the phrase, I love you. I'm going to start with you, big sis.
Why you got to pick on me?
There's no love there.
You can look at me like that all you want to.
It's live radio.
Tough love.
I'm supposed to be threatened?
It's live radio.
I'm not scared.
It's live radio.
I'm really not scared.
I don't want you to be. I just want you to answer the
So
question.
anyway, you want
Today.
to know what I love you means to me? It means that, well, first of all, it depends on who I'm saying it to. Whether it is a spouse or a friend, because it can take on a different meaning. If it's a friend, then it pretty much means I got you. I'll do what I do for you. That's it. That's what we are. We're friends. I got you. I'll do what I do for you. Relatives, same way. Spouse, it's a different love takes on a different meaning for your husband or your wife. But your children, like we discussed earlier, my life is your life. I do what I need to do for you.
Are you comfortable saying it to people that you love?
Yes.
Do you have any people that you love that you're uncomfortable saying it to?
No.
Shana, what's your thoughts on I love you?
I love that phrase. I say it as much as I can, and I mean it every time I say it.
Is there any people that you feel uncomfortable saying it to that
No.
you do love?
No, because honestly, I love my enemies if I had any.
I can dig
They
it.
make you thrive.
Yeah.
They do. I love them. Thank you for
hate.
hating me. But
Bless, what's your thoughts on this, Bless?
Do I have any problem? When I'm first entering a relationship or when I've gotten to a point with someone where I feel that feeling, but I don't want to say it because I've done that before and the relationship went south, and so I don't want to just willy-nilly throw it out there, then yes, there's a problem with saying it. But other than that, family, my actual boyfriend, my nephew, I don't have a problem saying it. People that I don't really care for, I know I'm supposed to love them, but no, I'm not going to say it to them.
Say it, yeah.
Right.
If you don't feel it,
If you don't
say
exactly. You can't just throw the word around. It kind of lessens the meaning, in my opinion. No knocking anybody else.
it could be cliche.
I don't have a problem saying I love you. I don't have a problem saying I love you. I've noticed that we have been, I'm speaking for black men right now, we have been conditioned to not say it because we believe that it's like a homosexual type thing. Like,
Hold on a second. We got a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, I had to call back. My bad about that. It's Cass again.
What's up, Kaz? What you got?
Okay. I think that whole I love you thing, I've heard it so many times, and I don't know. I feel like it's overused. I feel like the meaning, it's like back in the day, like back in the 90s, maybe I can see where it was.
I know that's so
more.
Back in the day in the 90s. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm an 80s baby.
Yeah, I'm
an
sorry.
80s baby.
Look, I was not going to let that fly without having some kind of comment.
Don't feel bad because I feel the same way. Back in the day in the 90s.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your point.
I mean, hey, listen. So, I mean, I think it's overused. Like now everybody will say I love you. I had a problem saying I love you to one person before. It took me a long time, and then when I said it was like, okay, that was a little weird. Then it was one person that it was too easy to come out, and then I only say I love you to certain family members. I don't say it to all of them. I only say it to certain family members. I can tell my little sister, I can tell my mother, I can tell my grandmother easily. I can tell one of my aunts. I can't really tell my other aunts that. It doesn't come out. It doesn't come out. But I know if I need to go and protect them, I have no problem doing that. But I just feel like that word. Tell me something else.
Well,
don't tell me that.
I'm gonna tell you something, Kaz, and I'm glad you called back. Excuse me. I'm glad you called back in spite of giving me the throwback chuckle on the 90s thing. Aside from that, what you just said is the whole reason why I brought this up. And so thank you for doing that, and thank you for calling back. We're going to keep it moving, okay?
I got you. See you later.
All right, you got it. Peace. Yeah, what she just said is the reason why I brought this up, and I'll expand a little bit more on that when it's my turn to talk. WB, finish your point, brother.
Yes, saying I love you as far as black men is almost like, we've been conditioned to believe that it's like a homosexual thing, and it's really not. It's to embrace love towards one another, and that's what we need. Like I told you in previous conversations, I said I love you. I remember the first time I said I love you, it was to a cheeseburger. It was the bummest thing I ever had in my life, man.
I'm going home.
But
this dude, right?
I think that people.
Who made the cheeseburger?
I'm serious. 5 Guys.
I know that's right.
Oh, now I got a witness. That's what I'm talking about. Amen.
I was just thinking about that.
But yes, so I think, as people, we do need to say that more often and actually mean it. And it doesn't mean that we're trying to be in a relationship with you as far as sexually. It's just the fact that I love being in your presence, being around you. Sometimes it's that person that you just want to be around. It's like, thank you. I love you.
I can dig it. That's dope. That's real dope. Mr. 30 cheeseburger. Mr. 3370. You see why he said? That's why he said. He said that mess with a straight face, like we wasn't supposed to react to that. Like he just, jeez, I said I love you too. Cheeseburger. Yeah, I love this man. See, I just said I love this man. Mr. 3375, another man who I love. What you got, brother?
I don't have no problem saying it. I mean, it's either you do or you don't. And if that's the way I feel, I'm saying it whether you have it towards me or not. But most of the time, 99.9%, most people do have it for me. You know what I'm saying?
Here's my thought on it, because like I remember when I was a young boy, I remember like my mom and stuff saying it a lot, but as I had gotten older and kind of into my teens and 20s and even up into now my 40s, it's just not something that we say. You know what I mean? Like my mother and my father, we don't say it to each other. And I remember, I was having a conversation hanging out with Big Sis one day, and you remember that day when you told me, call your mother, tell your mother, this was like, ugh.
He was like, she knows I love her.
Yeah, man.
Like, well, pick up the phone anyway.
Yeah, and it's like I hear you tell your mother all the time, and obviously I love my mother, and obviously, she loves me, but it's just one of those things that
it's understood.
It's understood. We just don't say it. Now, my siblings, we say it all the time, particularly my brother. Like, it's a rare conversation that I have with my older brother, my blood brother, where we don't say it. It's rare. I say it, he says it. It is what it is. Big bro Joe, everybody knows that he and I, he's one of my best friends in the world. We say it to each other all the time. My daughter, we say it all the time. My younger sister, we say it all the time.
What your parents do to you?
It's funny that it's funny you say that, because I think it's difficult. Like I use Pops J for example, and I know they're not listening because I know where they're at. But I'll make sure that they go back and they listen to this segment, because I think it's with him, there isn't a lot of affection as far as verbal and physical, but he's very clear who he will hold down. Mm-hmm. He will hold you down. You know what I mean? And that's how he is. He loves his family. I mean, I've seen the emotion of having his family around him make him emotional to the point where his eyes watered, but he ain't say it. you know what I'm saying? And I don't know that there's anything wrong with that. I didn't bring up this segment because I wanted to say that there's something wrong with not saying it. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that WB made the point that you made about men saying it to men, because my personal opinion, and I feel very strongly about this, I think one of the most powerful things that a black man can say to another black man
absolutely right.
is "I love you." That's one of the most powerful things. Because
without no homo.
And you can't add that.
Yeah, don't say that.
You can't say no homo, because many of us, and I'm not one of them, but many of us don't feel loved. I feel loved, but many of us black men don't feel loved. And so if you can actually say it and mean it and get this brother to the point where he can reciprocate, that's the biggest kind of power that you can get. Could you imagine if we took that power and energy and we built upon that and actually showed each other love?
Wonderful thing.
Instead of showing each other testosterone and wanting to show which one is better or tougher. That, I mean, like, living. Since when did living have to be a competition? Mm-hmm. You know, like, I got this phrase that I got from Ziggy Marley. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person. I'm not a religious person. But he's got a song. The song's called "Love Is My Religion."
There you go.
And there it is. You know. So, but
what if we just spent our life just loving, no hate?
Wouldn't it be wonderful? Oh my God, I don't want to live forever.
But
back to planet Earth.
But you know the unfortunate reality is, though?
It's hard.
Here's the unfortunate reality. Ain't no money in love, and we live in a capitalistic world.
Yep.
And so ain't no money in love. There's plenty of money in hate.
Marcus.
Huh?
That's the realist market.
Yeah, I had to keep it 100, but I also know that a lot of the problems that we have in our community can be solved with compassion and love. And so I just want to say, if you're listening right now, and if you got somebody, especially if you're a brother, and you got another brother that's my dude, like, cause you real quick when he died, you like, oh
that's
man, I love
boy.
that dude, yo,
Yeah.
I love that dude.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember, Biggie's song "Miss You." I love that brother. Oh, that end was my heart. Like that's what he said. I wonder, Biggie, did you tell O that you loved him when he was living?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I was
That's
saying
the
the other
biggest
day.
thing.
Remember, I was like, when dudes afraid to say that they love each other, but when they die, they be like, man, I love that dude, man. That was my boy right there. I love that dude.
You loved him.
He don't hear it. He don't hear it. It's
he
too late.
hear it, but he can't.
But like, I was at Red Lobster today. Me and my son, we five.
You and
we
this
having
Red
a
Lobster.
conversation.
Third time
And
he said it.
I know, right?
I'm just saying, we having a conversation, and then he was just like, I love you, Daddy. I love hanging out with you, Daddy. Well, I always have fun when we hang out, Daddy. And I'm up in Red Lobster trying not to get emotional.
Yeah, you about to cry.
know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you about to cry. Oh yeah. You about to cry.
You know what I'm saying? I'm up in Red Lobster trying not to get emotional.
But,
you know what
but
I'm
that's
saying? But
powerful because that's a black man with his male child that's going to instill upon him that there's nothing wrong with showing emotion. You know, I even have issues with it sometimes. You know, I'm in a very emotional place some days, and sometimes it comes out as
Birthday party.
I know.
We're not gonna talk
Please
about
don't
that.
let me cry.
Yeah,
Y'all, he was about to cry.
Yeah.
We're not.
Let me tell you.
We're not.
I love you,
Leave
Marcus.
Marcus alone. Marcus is sensitive.
He came in, he was like,
Marcus,
oh,
it's okay to
man.
be
This is
sensitive.
If
not
y'all
about,
can see his
this is
face
not-
right now.
this is not
Marcus, they
about
took
me.
it there.
He was like, oh man, come on, why y'all gotta do this to me?
Really.
And I guess
Real?
as the more people was showing up, he was like, was everybody in on this but me?
And the whole segment is
But
gone
that-
now.
But
We're gonna take a break.
But
When we come back,
that's how much people love you
Yes,
and
yes.
how you impact our lives, bro.
Exactly.
And you better
We love you,
know what I'm
Marcus.
If you ain't think nobody love you, we proved it Friday night.
Marcus, I love you.
I love y'all too.
I love you, Marcus.
I love you too. All right, now you're making it weird. You know what I mean? Like, now you're making it weird, but it's true. It's like, you know, it's true when you can say the phrase, and then when you feel it, it's cool. And as far as, and I wasn't going to really talk about this, and you know, now I had intended to speak on it later, and I will speak on it later.
Apologies.
But no, and it's fine. But y'all make me sick.
Do you have
Y'all totally make me
Natasha
sick.
Bedingfield, these words?
Y'all have completely gotten me.
It's a
just
perfect I love you song.
He
So-
was at a loss of words for a
Do
second.
you have it?
do I have what now?
Natasha Bedingfield's These
No,
Words?
I don't have that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't have that. But I will find another song
Love
that
is my religion.
you know. I'll
Yeah,
find
he got
another.
that one.
I'll find another song that, you know, is. I'm so flustered right now.
Y'all just see him. It was almost
Oh
like
my
his
God,
birthday.
yeah, y'all making me so sick right now. Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna take this break. When we come back, we are going to get into the segment that Big Sis has, the trivia segment. Big Sis, you want to tease it?
Oh, okay, sure. What show did you watch in the 80s?
What show did you watch in the 80s? We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about what show did you watch in the 80s. Love y'all.